Human interaction is a delicate balance, shaped by our habits and behaviors. While some actions draw people closer, others push them away. 10 specific habits can significantly deter others from wanting to engage with us. These habits, which disrupt harmony and understanding in our interactions, are worth examining and correcting. Constant complaining. Complaining frequently about minor issues or daily inconveniences is a habit that can drive people away. When we focus excessively on what is wrong, we not only burden others with negativity, but also fail to appreciate the positive aspects of our lives. This habit reflects an inability to find contentment and resilience in the face of challenges. It drains the emotional energy of those around us, making them feel weighed down by our constant dissatisfaction. Over time, people may distance themselves to avoid the perpetual gloom and negativity that complaints bring. Being judgmental, judging others harshly, especially without understanding their full context, creates a barrier to genuine connection. This habit stems from a lack of empathy and an overestimation of our own moral superiority. When we criticize others, we fail to recognize their unique struggles and experiences. Such behavior fosters an environment of distrust and discomfort as people become wary of our judgments. They may choose to avoid us to protect themselves from the fear of being unfairly criticized. Embracing understanding and compassion instead of judgment can bridge this gap and foster deeper connections. Interrupting conversations. Interrupting others while they are speaking is a clear sign of disrespect and impatience. This habit disrupts the natural flow of conversation and undermines the speaker's sense of worth and importance. By failing to listen attentively, we convey that our thoughts are more valuable than theirs. This not only stifles meaningful dialogue, but also reflects poorly on our character. Over time, individuals may avoid engaging with someone who habitually interrupts, as it becomes frustrating and disheartening to communicate with someone who does not value their voice. Seeking constant attention. Constantly seeking to be the center of attention is an exhausting habit for those around us. When we dominate conversations or redirect the focus to ourselves, we neglect the needs and contributions of others. This behavior often stems from insecurity and a desire for validation, which can overshadow the importance of balanced interactions. People naturally seek relationships where they feel heard and appreciated. If they perceive that their presence is merely an audience for someone else's need for attention, they may gradually distance themselves in search of more reciprocal and respectful connections. Reacting emotionally. Reacting to situations with intense emotions, such as anger or extreme frustration, creates an environment of unpredictability and tension. This habit indicates a lack of emotional regulation and resilience. When we allow external events to dictate our internal state, we become volatile and difficult to engage with. Others may feel on edge, uncertain about how to navigate our emotional outbursts. To avoid potential conflict or discomfort, they may choose to limit their interactions with us. Developing a calmer, more measured response to challenges can help create a more stable and inviting atmosphere for interaction. Ingratitude. Failing to express gratitude can drive people away. When we do not acknowledge the kindness or efforts of others, it can create a sense of unappreciation. This habit not only diminishes the positive actions of others, but also reflects poorly on our character. People want to feel valued and appreciated for their contributions. Acknowledging and showing gratitude for even the smallest acts fosters goodwill and strengthens relationships. Conversely, ingratitude can make others feel taken for granted, leading them to distance themselves to protect their self-worth. Gossiping. Engaging in gossip or speaking ill of others behind their backs can erode trust and integrity. This habit reflects a lack of respect for the privacy and dignity of others. Gossiping often stems from a desire to feel superior or to bond over shared negativity, but it ultimately creates a toxic environment. People who engage in gossip are often viewed as untrustworthy, as those around them fear becoming the next subject of their discussions. Maintaining integrity by speaking kindly and refraining from gossip can foster a more respectful and trusting environment. Not keeping with what they've said they would do and neglecting commitments. Failing to honor commitments or consistently breaking promises can lead others to avoid you. Reliability is a cornerstone of trust in any relationship. When we do not follow through on our commitments, it shows a lack of respect for others' time and needs. This habit can lead to frustration and disappointment as people come to view us as unreliable. By making and keeping commitments, we demonstrate respect and dependability, which are essential for building strong, lasting relationships. People tend to avoid those who aren't accountable for their actions and don't keep their promises because it creates an environment of distrust and instability. When someone consistently fails to take responsibility or follow through on their commitments, it signals unreliability. This behavior leads to frustration and disappointment, as others can't depend on them to do what they say they will do. The resulting uncertainty and potential for conflict make interactions stressful and emotionally draining. Moreover, accountability is a fundamental aspect of trust. Without it, relationships and collaborations suffer, as people need to know they can count on one another. The lack of follow-through not only affects the individual relationships, but can also disrupt group dynamics, making it challenging to achieve common goals. In the long run, people prefer to distance themselves from those who exhibit these traits to protect their own well-being and to cultivate more dependable and harmonious connections. Trying to take advantage of people. Human interactions thrive on mutual respect and genuine connection. When someone consistently tries to take advantage of others, treating relationships as mere means to an end, it creates an environment of distrust and resentment. This behavior can significantly damage one's reputation and lead others to avoid them. Here's an in-depth exploration of why exploiting people can drive them away. When individuals realize they are being used for someone else's gain, trust is immediately eroded. People begin to question the sincerity of the exploiter's intentions, feeling that their value lies only in what they can provide rather than who they are. Once trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult to rebuild, and people are likely to distance themselves to protect their own interests and well-being. Healthy relationships are built on genuine connections where both parties feel valued and appreciated. When someone is consistently trying to take advantage of others, these connections become superficial and transactional. Healthy relationships involve reciprocity, where support and benefits flow both ways. When someone habitually uses others for personal gain, this balance is disrupted. The exploited individuals may feel that their efforts and contributions are not reciprocated, leading to feelings of frustration and resentment. Without a sense of mutual benefit and support, people are less inclined to invest time and energy into the relationship, eventually withdrawing to seek more equitable interactions. Being unapproachable. Maintaining a consistently aloof or distant demeanor can make others hesitant to approach you. This habit can stem from a desire to protect oneself or from a lack of awareness of how one's behavior affects others. When we appear unapproachable, we create barriers to communication and connection. People may perceive us as disinterested or uncaring, which can discourage them from initiating interactions. Cultivating a warm and open demeanor, showing interest in others, and being receptive to social engagement can help break down these barriers and foster closer relationships. In conclusion, these 10 habits create barriers to effective communication, mutual respect, and genuine connection. By recognizing and addressing these behaviors, we can cultivate more harmonious and fulfilling interactions, drawing people closer rather than pushing them away. Through self-awareness and deliberate change, we can foster a more inviting and supportive social environment. These habits can significantly impact our social interactions and lead others to avoid us. They create barriers to trust, respect, and meaningful connection. Practicing any of these habits creates an environment of distrust, superficial connections, emotional drain, reputational damage, disdain, and a loss of reciprocity. These factors collectively drive people to avoid people like this, as they seek relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine care. Recognizing and correcting such behaviors is essential for building and maintaining healthy, lasting relationships where both parties feel valued and respected. Through self-awareness and a commitment to treating others with fairness and integrity, one can foster more positive and fulfilling interactions.